This video is going to be a quick summary of all of the juiciest details about the patch 5.57 notes that just launched. Timestamps are going to be in the description and comments. First change is that Savage rating has now been fully unlocked. This means that you're going to get 2 treasure coffers always appearing regardless of if someone previously had to clear that week. Any entrance restrictions that were previously put on players, such as you couldn't immediately jump to E12S, you'd need to do E9S, E10S, or E11S, or get someone to skip it in the group, and then everyone else would skip. That's completely been relieved, as well as you can now go to previous steps and farm them out more if you want to do that. There's no real weekly restrictions anymore. And then lastly, for anyone who's currently having a little bit of difficulty progressing, you do have the option of having the echo on, which can increase your potency by a bit. I should say though that this is obviously not appealing to everyone, and so you do have the option in the duty finder to select no echo allowed on the group, or that it's not going to impact the group, and so you can switch this off, just as a heads up for anyone worried about that. Anyone doing Bozjan Southern Front or Relic content is going to be extremely happy to hear that now the Castrum has been significantly buffed. Castrum is going to give you more Forgotten Fragments, as well as the amount of metal that you're going to get for each clear of Castrum is significantly increased. So this is into another huge change, which is that the cost of the Bozjan clusters for buying the Forgotten Fragments of Clarity, Contention, Finesse, Fortitude, and Divinity have been reduced from the Quartermaster, which what those translates to is cheaper pure essences, more accessible pure essences. So that's going to be huge for anyone who's looking at speedrunning, which is, as always, the method that I still recommend, even with these patch notes here. And one of the reasons why that is so important, that last bit, is that now the number of time-worn artifacts that you get from a single Delubrum, Reginae, normal, clear has been increased from 1 time-worn artifact to 3 time-worn artifacts, and so that is literally such a huge change, and I'm so happy because I know that this has been something that a lot of you have been waiting on, so that is going to make life a lot better for a lot of people. Again, this does not change any of my recommended video recommendations. I 100%, you know what, I stand by it 100%. Don't go into duty finder. Don't go into duty finder. Make sure that you get the fragments. They are now cheaper and more accessible to get, and head into a party finder group where the leader is making sure that everyone's using essences and actions. Totally worth it, and still number 1 what I'd recommend. And this brings me to my final point of the patch notes, which is that the weekly cap on elegant tomestones of revelation has been increased from 450 to 900, basically opening up the ability to gear alts, or if you're a newer player, gear up just so much faster, literally doubling it. But it should be noted that you're not going to be able to get more than 2,000 of these tomestones, so it's just going to basically relieve a lot of the weekly cap. And yeah, that's all for this video. Happy patch 5.57. 5.57. How many times do I need to practice saying that for this video? 5.57. Exciting. Actually, you thought we were done. Actually, I thought we were done because it is like 1 a.m. right now and I'm tired. Basically, they added the feature where you were always able to travel on your same data center to a different world. Like me on Gilgamesh, I can travel to like Fairy Server or Sarganantanaz, or to like Cactar. But now you can also choose to go to a different world server on your same data center. This isn't data center travel. That's apparently 5.58. But this allows you to go onto a different world server from your same data center. So if you're currently like in a massive queue for like Gilgamesh, which there's lately been a very big queue every time I log in almost, then you can just probably avoid it by going, I don't know, like Fairy, but Fairy's a really populated server, so I don't even know. But yeah, there's just more options, and I always think that's so healthy. And yeah, that actually brings us to the actual close of this video and all of the biggest features that I'm super excited about, and I'm sure a lot of you are excited to hear. And yeah, take care, and happy patch 5.57.